Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your humble host, Save Our Children TV. I'm here to advocate for children. And we have four crazy stories I'm going to do today. And without further ado, let's get into our stories. A 1-year-old born premature dies from cardiac arrest after a Georgia father shoots at her, family says. So here is the article. Henry County, Georgia takes an L. Okay. A Henry County mother says her daughter came into this world early and left it way too soon. Doctors say 1 year old doctors say 1 year old Leilani died from cardiac arrest not long after her father shot at her and her mother. Thankfully, neither Leilani or her mother and Janita Harris were hit by the bullets. Marcus Cohan, 25, has not been charged in connection to Leilani's death. He has been charged with stalking and trying to shoot Harris and Leilani in a park in Henry County. Police say Cohan fired 5 shots into Harry's car as she sped away from him in August. Harris says the bullets he fired didn't kill their daughter, but she believes the gunpowder did. Leilani was born 4 months early and has severe bleeding on both sides of her brain and had 3 different lung diseases. For a baby who went through everything she went through, she was a joy to be around. He was told Chanel II's Tom Jones she's a little miracle. The toddler recently celebrated her first birthday and was showing significant improvements. Harris told Jones that while she and Leilani were at Avalon Park, her estranged husband, Cohen, jumped into the car with them and demanded to know why she left him before grabbing the gun she kept in a glove compartment and opening fire. Neither was hurt, and Cohen was arrested days later in Columbus, Georgia. Less than a month later, on September 2nd, Harris says she started to suspect something was wrong with Leilani. At the moment, we knew she was about to leave, Harris said. Leilani died later that night from cardiac arrest. No one can tell me otherwise that gunpowder affected her lungs. It affected her caused her lungs to fail, Harris said. Harris says Leilani was fine before the shooting and wants called home to pay. I want him to rot in jail. I want him to sit in jail for the rest of his natural born life, she said. Cohen is currently being held in the Henry County Jail. Here's the article.
Left way too soon. Doctors say little Leilani died from cardiac arrest not long after a shooting where thankfully the bullets missed this little one, but police say the child's father was the shooter. Channel 2's Tom Jones is live in Henry County where her mother thinks that shooting played a role in her death. Tom?
Yeah. And Wendy, it's important to note that Marcus Calhoun does not face any charges in connection with his daughter Leilani's death, but police say he does face charges after he opened fire, shot about 5 times into the car that Leilani and her mother were in. Her mother says, Leilani's mother says that the bullets didn't kill her daughter, but she thinks the gunpowder did.
She's a little miracle.
Little Leilani has traveled a rough road since coming into this world 4 months early.
She came out with a lot of complications.
Severe bleeding on both sides of her brain and 3 different lung diseases.
For a baby who went through everything she went through, she was a joy to be around.
Leilani recently celebrated her first birthday. She was doing well. On August 10th, Leilani and her mother went to Avalon Park. That's when Janita Harris says her estranged husband, Leilani's father, jumped in the car wanting to know why she left him. Harris says Marcus Calhoun reached into her glove compartment and grabbed her gun. Deputies say he then opened fire.
He shot into the car 5 times.
Harris sped off. Neither she or Leilani were hurt physically. Calhoun was arrested in Columbus. Then, September 2nd, Harris noticed Leilani didn't look right. She felt faint.
At that moment, we knew she was about to leave.
Leilani died that night of cardiac arrest, but her mother thinks the shooting is why she is no longer here.
No one can tell me otherwise. That gunpowder affected her lungs. It affected her. And it caused my baby lungs to fail.
It's important to note Calhoun has not been charged in connection with Leilani's death. Harris says Leilani was fine before the shooting.
That's the only thing that changed in her life.
She wants Calhoun to pay.
I want him to rot in that jail. I want him to sit in that jail for the rest of his natural born life.
And the magistrate judge said there was enough evidence here to move this case to Superior Court. Meanwhile, Calhoun was out on bond after police say he tried to crash a car that Harris and her son were in last year. He's now in the Henry County Jail. We're live in Henry County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Tom, what a tragedy.
WSB Tonight.
What a tragedy for that family. Little Leilani just went through so much in such a short life. Thank you for
Okay. If you haven't been watching my channel lately, I talk about one thing only. And I talk about responsibility. And what that means is that you have to know this man was a dirtbag. You knew that when you got with him, that he was a dirtbag. Because if he can go around, shoot you in a vehicle, or shoot at you in a vehicle with your child in it, what can he do? The thing is, the mother should have never continued giving him power, which means she should have never continued to be in that relationship with him. Knowing his previous behaviors, she should have walked away and never spoke to him again and got a restraining order. And I do believe that he shot that gun off, and it could have resulted in his daughter's death by the powder from the gun. It could be likely that that's what happened. We don't know. But again, this guy should have never been able to have children in the first place because he's unresponsible. He wasn't ready, and she could have told that he wasn't ready. But when you put yourself in position to date someone who have no respect for you or the children, then why be with a person like that? Why put yourself in that predicament? Why put yourself in that environment? You should have took you and your children out of that equation and moved on, because he would have never changed, and it caused you to lose your child. So, women, take note that whoever you're in a relationship with, think twice when violence happens, because violence never ends. It's a continuing pattern. You gotta end that relationship for the violence to end. But by you staying in that relationship, the violence is gonna continue to happen. So this is something where another mother is thinking back that she should have left the relationship a long time ago, because it was already broken. It was a broken relationship. It wasn't worth it. But she stayed, and it caused her to lose her children, and it caused her so much pain and agony behind it. So women and men, think twice who you're dating and in a relationship with, because not everybody is good people. Just saying. This should be a wake-up call for everybody who's in a toxic relationship. Get out of it. There's nothing positive come out of it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your post notification on so you be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Let's go to our second story.
No, I'm saying you don't drink. Yeah, but show me some silly shit on that phone. I'm gonna smack you silly. And I'm not going with you to McDonald's. So you try it if you want to. Alright? So choose what's in that phone. Yeah. Choose wisely what's in that phone that you keep to yourself. I was going to show you that. And out of curiosity, what the fuck was it?
A drinking video. Somebody threw a napkin between the two girls and they had to catch it with their lips. And then sometimes they didn't catch a napkin, it was kissing each other. And then if they missed a napkin and kissed, they had to take a drink. COVID is going about. Who's playing that? Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm fucking sleep.
I'm not.
I'm not going to see the bird looking like.
Go ahead, you can try.
I can't drive each other's car.
Take them over with you. All right, take TQ.
I can't drive each other's car.
So how you agree to go pick her up? So now what you gonna do?
I thought we was going together.
I'm tired.
Oh, don't do this, Sean.
Take mama with you.
Oh my God.
You know this? What is they even supposed to be? Why are they yelling?
All right, our next story takes us to Douglas County. So, Douglas County takes that L. Student is arrested after making threats trying to get on campus of Douglas County High School. Douglas County School System police said Douglas County High School was placed on lockdown Friday after a former student made threats and was spotted near the campus. School officials said that during a virtual meeting between school staff, a former student, and a student's guardian, the student showed extreme frustration after learning of his expulsion from school. Later that morning, a member of the former student family, law enforcement, and an anonymous source said that the student could physically harm himself and the campus. An administrator spotted the former student walking near Interstate 20 toward the high school. Principal Kendra Parks was able to lock the school down immediately using a crisis alert technology system. Douglas County Police then formed a perimeter around the area. The former student was never able to gain access to the school. Police and deputies searched the area and detained the suspect. There was never any danger to students or staff due to the quick actions of school administrators and the Douglas County School System Police Department, police said. All classes and after-school activities resumed after the student was taken into custody. Channel 2 Michael stayed and talked to several parents who rushed to the high school tried to pick up their kids. My heart is still beating really fast, said Tiffany Smith, the parent of a high school junior. I was getting ready for work and I just do anything on. I ran up here and tried to call, and I'm looking online trying to see what's going on. My parents, who said in talk to claim the former student had been expelled for bringing a gun to school earlier this year. The student, who has been identified, is facing charges of disrupting public schools and making terrorist threats. It's unclear if he was armed when he approached the school. So here is the article.
Developing in the last 2 hours, new information on what sparked a lockdown that had panicked parents rushing to their children's high school. Channel 2's Michael Seiden is live outside Douglas County High School. And Michael, this reported threat involved a former student.
Dave, a spokesperson with the district, told us this all started with a virtual meeting with that former student. In fact, the parent tells me that this student learned that he was expelled, became very upset, and then we are told that district officials, the principal here at law enforcement, they got a tip that this former student was claiming he may physically threaten himself and the campus. So an administrator jumped into action, implementing the school's emergency plan. I want to show you some video when we got on campus. Administrators placing the school on lockdown around 11:23 this morning. Now, we spoke with parents. They received that notification via email. Many of them rushed up here to school, worried about their loved one's safety. Then just before noon, the lockdown was lifted after authorities tracked the former student to a neighborhood near the campus where he was arrested. Now, a spokeswoman with the district told us the former student is now facing charges of disrupting public schools and making terroristic threats. We are going to continue to follow the story, and as soon as they identify the suspect, we will let you know. For now, we are live in Douglasville. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
Okay. Even though we advocate for children, the reason I agreed to talk about this particular story is because one, there are 16, 17-year-old children who also go to the school who are minors, and also because this particular high school been in the media before. Douglas this is Douglas County High School. Douglas High School been in the media before. I don't know if this is the same Douglas High School that was in the media or a different Douglas County High School. But there have been mass shootings going on at these high schools, elementary schools, middle schools for a long, long time. And I'm glad that the system was upgraded. They have upgraded systems and security and you know a way to immediately lock down the school so nobody walks through and open fire. Secondly, I would be more concerned that that student who brought a gun to school before being expelled. I think that's the guy expelled for bringing a gun to school. But this is the thing. Obviously, this kid must be a minor if they're not releasing his name and age. So I'm assuming he must be between 16, 17 years old. The thing is this, and it is up to the parents to be more cautious. Um, and and I would like to know how he had access to a gun and how he got the gun and where he got the gun from, and was it unsecured? And that's a big thing. But I also want to praise and give thanks to those officers, the school officials, the principal, the district for making a horrific, making a wise, a wise thing to do was to lock down school, make it safe for everybody inside and outside who's traveling in and out the doors, and you basically, you know what I'm saying, presented a shooting. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they say he had a gun, so he could have potentially went back up there and opened fire. So you saved people from being shot at. Now, student was expelled. He is arrested and facing 2 charges. I believe it's terroristic threat and bringing, I think something about the school, but he should be charged with the gun possession too, because he had a gun on him. And where did he get the gun from? Which that's probably going to come up more through the investigation. They're probably looking to where the gun came from, how he got it, and then determine if criminal charges could be brought against him with the gun. But like, comment, and subscribe, share, turn post notification on so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Milwaukee, Wisconsin takes an L. Crime Stoppers. Video shows woman shot at least 14 times in front of her three children. Suspect, who is the three children's father, is on the run. A Milwaukee man is on the run after shooting his girlfriend at least 14 times in front of their children. Not only did this mother survive, she asked to share her story on our Milwaukee Crime Stoppers segment to help catch him. The whole shooting was caught on video, which we are about to show you at the victim's urging. We want to warn you, it's graphic and heartbreaking. When we showed Nikia Shumak surveillance video of the day her boyfriend shot her at least 14 times in front of the three children, she was quiet at first, watching initially as he chased her out of her minivan after an argument. He ran her down, shooting her until she falls to the ground. As she's laying there, he continues to shoot her again and again, but it was when her 12-year-old daughter and 5-year-old son got out of the car to stop their dad from killing her that Nikia totally broke down. Traumatized, her tears fell, legs shaking uncontrollably. We asked if she wants to stop the interview, but she says no, because Nikia Shumak wants you to see what happened to her from beginning to end. I would like the whole video to be played so people can understand. We would like the whole video to be played so we can understand from my point of view. I'd like the whole video to be played so they can understand from my point of view and from my kids' point of view so they can actually see how we were feeling during that moment. She said, and to know that someone they call dad, someone we once loved, to turn his back on us. Watch as Askia Strong keeps shooting. Watch as Askia Strong keeps shooting while she's on the ground, turns to run away, then comes back and shoots several more times to finish the job. She just kept shooting, and I fell to the ground and lay there and let him keep shooting until he was done. After a while, your body gets numb to it, she said. Numb, bleeding. She lays on the ground while she runs down the alley, and after being shot in the head, stomach, arms, and legs at a close range, Nikia Shumak gets up. When I opened my eyes and I see my babies, my eyes were about I was able to focus. So I just got up a little bit and was like, oh, I can stand up, and just stood up all the way. Then I grabbed my babies. I seen the lady, she went just sitting there watching, and I opened the door and pushed her laundry over and was like, can you please just take me? What do you want to say to people who see this? CBS 58's Amanda Portfield asked. Just turn him in, Shuckman said. After fleeing down the alley near South 24th and West Lapham that day on July 23rd, 32-year-old Kirsten hasn't been caught and is now wanted for attempted murder. Milwaukee police believe Strong is hiding with friends and family in either Wisconsin, Illinois, or Indiana. Nikia says the two have been dating for 17 years since they were 15 years old. He was in and out of jail, and the kids, Jeremiah Askia Jr., the kids, Jeremiah Askia Jr. and Zamaya have witnessed him abuse her for the last several years. He pulled out a gun before that, but he didn't use it. But he was just calling me stupid and stuff, she said. Shumak says days before the shooting, the abuse got worse because she finally broke up with him for good. I made life easy for him. That he couldn't accept the life was about to get hard. I didn't want to always think what he wants. If I'm doing the right thing or making him happy, I want to think about me and my feelings. Nikia could have been part of a growing number of domestic violence victims being killed in Wisconsin. According to the latest numbers from End Domestic Violence in Wisconsin, there was 80 total domestic violence homicides in the state last year. Nearly a third of those were in Milwaukee. This year, there have been 19 domestic violence homicides in the city already, many of them black women. Some girls don't even feel like they're in domestic violence because they're like, I fight back, I stand for myself, or they're just giving themselves so many reasons why they're not going through domestic violence. But if they really step back and look, domestic violence comes in so many different forms. Since the shooting, Nakia says Askia Strong has been harassing her through social media from wherever he is, but she's not afraid. Why would I live in fear? God don't want you to live in fear. He didn't let me live to live in fear. Nakia says her mission is to keep protecting her children from Askia Strong and to help other women in abusive relationships get on their feet and out before it's too late. The moment I got up off that ground, I was a hero. It was a victory for me. From that point on, she said, if you are harboring Askia Strong, now anyone who's hiding him or have information about where he may be, please call Milwaukee Crime Stoppers at 414-224-8477. You can also use the P3 Tips app. Either way, submitting your tips won't get you in trouble. No one will know who you are. It's anonymous. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you get a cash reward. Now, I actually watched this video on the news channel on YouTube. And now I'm reading it for the second time. And one thing I'll always say on my channel, I don't care if you in a relationship with a man for 19 and a half years. Men don't change. Men don't change their behaviors. It is you that got to change what you are putting yourself and putting your kids in. And I'm going to say this. She put her kids in a dangerous spot because you knew this man was a criminal. He been in jail. Anytime you go to jail and you get out of jail, 25% of men don't change. That was your way. When he went to jail, you should have moved on. Because you knew once he got out of jail, he was going to be a thug. Thugs don't change. I'm sorry. Thugs don't change. And he showed his true colors by shooting you in front of your 3 children, who again are minors, and the fact that he is not charged with endangering the welfare of minors is beyond me. I don't know the Wisconsin laws, but that should be a charge he should be facing times 3. Now, let's see, if she would have did a background check on how this dude was a career criminal, she would have been with him. I guarantee you, she wouldn't have been with him. She didn't do her homework. She trusted him. You can't trust everybody you come in connection with. It's like running water. Men, when they get cold, they turn hot. And they stay hot. And they stay mad. And they stay frustrated. And they end up shooting at you or at your children. Or at their children or at someone else's children. Now, when I got out the story is that Nakia says the two have been dating for 17 years since they were 15. For 17 years. And if you've been that abusive to you for 17 years, you should have been long time ago ended the relationship. Secondly, then he shot the mother of his 3 children, and the head, stomach, and I believe in the legs. Now, God forbid if their children would have saw the mother be gunned down in front of them. You see what I'm saying? This should be first degree attempted homicide. Secondly, they have a 12-year daughter and a 5-year son, and I believe maybe another son. And he's already a career criminal. He's been in jail already, I believe, for domestic violence and probably other charges. And women, you gotta make better decisions who you procreate with and who you have children with, because not everybody is saints. They're devils. So you're putting your egg inside, you're letting a man put his egg inside of you, and you're not doing your homework, you're not doing your research, and you're not thinking, is this man good for me? Is this man good for me? To the point that we should bring children, because they're not asked to be here, by the way, into this world. Let us start focusing more on ourselves and our children. Not ourselves and a man, not ourselves and a woman, but ourselves and children who are defenseless and can't speak for themselves. Point blank, period. I have one more story for you guys. Next story. I have one more story for you guys. And this story takes us to Atlanta, Georgia. So Atlanta takes an L. And a 14-year-old girl was charged with arson in Walmart fire. And if you have not seen that video, I've seen it multiple times. It is on YouTube. This is how it looks inside of that Walmart. Now, a 14-year-old girl has been arrested and charged with arson after a fire at a Walmart in the Atlanta suburb of Peachtree City. Local police confirmed to CBS News the preliminary investigation found the fire was initially set in the paper goods aisle of the store. The Peachtree City Police Department said in a press release. Several eyewitnesses hoped by reporting what they saw in the store during the fire, using the witnesses' information along with security footage that was eventually recovered from the damage to the rears inside the store. Police identified the 14-year-old as a suspect. Police said the teen, who has not been named, admitted to starting the fire when police executed a search warrant at her home on Tuesday. She was taken into custody and charged with arson in the first degree. Police previously said that they responded to the August 25th fire at approximately 7:20 p.m. The Peachtree City Fire Department battled the flame for hours with help from Colorado County, Fairfield, and Vick County fire departments. The flames were finally extinguished around 4 a.m. the next morning. This is the picture of how it looked when the fire was put out. Responding to the police officers who went inside the burning structure. Let's read that. Responding police officers who went inside the burning structure were treated at the hospital for smoke inhalation. There were no other injuries, but the store suffered damage to its interior and roof. There was no timeline yet for the store's reopening, police said. The police department said there was no evidence of specific motive or of participation in organized activity. Okay, number one, you're going to have parents, especially her parents, in court during her trial, talk about how good of a child she was. If your child was good and behaving excellente, then she wouldn't be in Walmart setting fires. That's called bad behavior. You know, and this is the thing. She's 14 years old. She could have killed people inside of there. Because imagine that day. You had to imagine Walmart is a busy place. So imagine that fire spreading and people trapped inside end up dying. Do you know what she would have been charged with? She would have been charged at the age of 14 with not only arson, but multiple murders. So this parent, her parent, should be grateful that nobody lost their life or was seriously injured, besides the firefighters that day battling the fire. I'm sorry, she should get the most time in prison. And I'm talking about she needs to be tried as an adult, sent to juvenile prison, and the max 25 to 35 years. And she should be paying restitution. And if I was the judge, I would order her after her time in jail to go back to that Walmart and help clean the whole Walmart out and rebuild it from top to bottom. You gotta hold people responsible for their actions. I'm tired of seeing people getting away with crimes. It's time to have people accountable. Like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notification on. You will be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'll see you guys on Thursday. On Thursday, we're going to talk about another 14-year-old out of North Linden who was shot while walking a 14-year-old who was shot while walking in North London. So that's going to be one of our stories to talk about on Thursday. So thank you guys so much for watching today's story. Like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channels, Save Our Children TV, Crime Time TV, and Charles Reactions, so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video on all of my platforms. And if you did not know, I just recently dropped a reaction video to Matt Stoney last week. It was a spicy challenge, so please make sure you watch that video. Sub it up, thumbs it up. Also, I forgot to tell you guys this. Last Tuesday, my fault. Last Thursday, that's what it was. Last Thursday, my fault. This past Thursday. I want to tell you guys that I can't believe that we are already in the month of October. It's already October 3rd, Monday. I cannot believe it's been time, and can't believe it's already October 3rd, already Monday. On my reaction channel, I'm going to talk about the case of PNB Rock and the details on that story and update to the story. So I'm going to talk about PNB Rock on our reaction channel, which I believe it's tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. So tomorrow on the reaction channel, we're going to be talking about PNB Rock. So please be here. Don't miss it on my reaction channel. Go over on that and like, comment, subscribe. And without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.